Welcome to Truths, Proofs, and Firewater Reviews. I'm your host, Lindsey, and this is Jon, risking his liver to discover new whiskeys. We base our reviews on a 25-point scale, 5 for the smell, 10 for the taste, 5 for the finish, and a combined 5 for the bottle and look of the juice.
Got a couple not so blinds today. We'll do some samples. We got so many samples these days. We just don't put out enough videos to get through them. We like doing videos for samples just because we get to enjoy them together. Usually when we're drinking, it's me at night after you go to bed watching TV or something. So I just save the samples for when we are recording.
Make it fun.
Really one of the few times we get to drink together.
Yeah. Jon and I work kind of opposite schedules. I'm usually
with kids
up at
and everything is so busy.
3:30 in the morning, and I'm working and running across country and everything else. So we're busy, but this is kind of our fun time. We really enjoy being able to try stuff. So we have the Battle of the 15 Years.
Yeah, one is a Tennessee, one is a Kentucky.
So we have Dickel 15 that Michael sent us.
I hear mixed about it. I hear you either really like it or I hear you still get those vitamin notes, which I like with Dickel, so.
Oh, yep, that smells like Flintstones vitamins.
Oh, I'm excited then.
Give it a whiff.
I like it.
So I saw that while I was going through. When I look at reviews and stuff, usually there's a section for like comments and stuff, and of course people comment, and that's every single comment. It was literally like tiered for every single page I went to was like, this is great, it's a wonderful release, blah blah blah, Dickel did great. And then it was, oh, this tastes like crap, this tastes like licking stones, blah blah, and I'm like, who's out there licking stones?
You've never licked a stone?
No. You licked a stone?
I've done some stupid shit.
Awooga!
Oh, damn it.
Awooga!
Potty mouth today. Jeez.
You better cool it. So I was kind of interested. I'm very interested to see how this is. So Michael sent us a sample of it, and I'm kind of excited to try it out and see.
Very excited.
Now in this corner, we have Three Chord Whiskey Drummer, which is a 15-year that says that it is sourced in Kentucky, aged in Kentucky for 15 years. It is technically an undisclosed mash bill, but on their website it says 78.5, 12.5, and 9 barley. Doesn't say what the other 2 grains are. I'm going to assume
it's got to be wheat or corn and rye.
Corn and rye, maybe corn and wheat.
We could probably tell by.
Right.
I don't see a 15-year wheater being on the source market. I have seen some speculation that it could be Jim Beam, because they had like a whole bunch of 15 years, like Knob Creek 15 and stuff like that come out.
This kind of smells knobby to me.
We'll see.
But anyway, so we had this.
That doesn't smell knobby to me.
That smells knobby to me, but.
Heaven Hill is another one that has a lot of old whiskey. And then there's one you don't think about with sourcing, and Wild Turkey. Wild Turkey don't like putting out older whiskeys, so if they have some, and
you never know. So we got this from our new friends California, Cara and Kris. They are running their own channel called Whiskey Fancies. So if you guys get a chance,
their sticker game is strong.
Their sticker game is
very
strong. We need to
get a logo going and get a sticker, because that's pretty cool.
Jon saw this and he was like, they got stickers? And I was like, yeah, they got stickers. So now the race is on. So thank you, Kris and Cara, because now we have to get stickers.
Yep. Gotta get a logo too.
We have been sharing a lot of samples, which is the biggest thing for Jon and I. We really enjoy receiving them from everyone and trying different things we can't get our hands on. And we really love sending them out to other people as well, because Jon and I are big believers that whiskey's meant to be shared.
And I just can't drink it fast enough, and I have too much.
Right. So we really enjoy sending it out and kind of seeing what everybody else, it's just nice. Share the wealth. They share with us. We share with them. Everybody gets to try
See,
stuff.
if I have 1 or 2 drinks a night, I should be good until...
You die. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the kids die. They'll carry on and still have some left over
Probably.
for your grandkids.
I have slowed down on buying, though.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, we bought 2 Pops McCann, but 4 came in the mail, so there's that.
Thank you, Jason.
I'm not complaining.
I'm not either. I'm here for it. All right, so which one do you want to start with? Do you want to start with Dickel or 3 chord?
I don't care. Let's just start with...
Let's just do Dickel.
Left to right.
FIFO. Oh, this Flintstones vitamins. This is the grape one to me.
So do you like that smell or you do not?
I don't mind it.
Do you like the taste or don't you?
I haven't had Dickel in a while.
We had that bottled and bond from Michael too. I really like that. I think that was either 11 or 13. I don't remember. Which 13. That one got a lot of hate too, but I really enjoyed it.
Dickel is, I think, out of everything I research and look at, I honestly think Dickel is one of the most love-hate bourbons out there.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot of people see if it's sourced from Dickel, they won't buy it. See, I drink so much whiskey and bourbon. A lot of it is quite similar. I like the stuff that's just way different, and Dickel is always way different.
So I get fruity notes on this, fresh fruit, but there's like, that's very Flintstone vitamin.
So this
the
is
grape
only
and the red one.
42.2 ABV, so 84.4, which is quite low. But 15 years, it should have some complexity to it.
There's that vitamin E, there's that strawberry, grape, a little bit of orange, the fruit, not like the peel or anything, like actual orange slice. I had a little bit of vanilla and the tinge of oak. But that graininess is there too. Which is, I mean, it's, again, it's kind of odd, but...
I don't know why I love that smell.
I think it's kind of odd, but to him, that's his...
I love that vitamin smell.
What? I mean, whatever.
I wonder where it comes from. It's got to come from like limestone water or whatever they use.
So this is 84% corn, 8% rye, and 8% barley. 15-year. You can buy a bottle or you can buy the barrel. They do sell single barrels if you would like. And you, they just like a normal single barrel program, they will put your logo, whatever you want on it. I don't even want to know how much that costs.
We have a store in here in town, one of the bigger ones that has a barrel, but we just don't like supporting that one.
Yeah.
We're one of the bigger guys that we don't really love.
So SRP is around $60 is supposed to be. And then it says that this ranges from 40 to 52.3%. Depending on the barrel. So just like any other...
Is this a single barrel?
Single barrel.
I don't think we get this in Michigan. I was looking for it, but we just don't get much Dickel here.
I think that we just got the... Like I said, I haven't seen it other than the one. And that was obviously a barrel pick. So
along with those vitamins, I get like... the corn is always heavy for me on Dickel. But it's not an off-putting or a weird corn. It's not a young corn. It's corn.
Just corn.
The wood in there is kind of not that strong for a 15-year.
So along with what you were saying, they do minimal filtering with this. So
probably just filter out the char pieces.
Right. And then this was released in, I think it was September of 2020. But it was only released to Delaware, California, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, and Texas.
Well, forget Michigan. Jeez.
Well, everybody forgets Michigan. They said that they were going to start releasing everything in January of 2021. They were going to start broadening their spectrum, but they outside of those few states that they released it to. So I'm wondering if maybe because of that, that's why we saw that one single barrel, that they let them pick one. But I don't know if that was, hey, we're going to come down and buy one, or if that was a, did you take a drink?
Yes.
You're rude.
So the vitamin is not there on the taste for me, which is kind of disappointing. It's a light on the palate, little light wood. The fruit kind of disappeared. I get some vanilla that's opened up.
Don't get the vitamin E?
No, that went away for me.
I get really heavy strawberry vitamin. Sorry, it's going back to the
vanilla.
Flintstones.
Get that corn.
I get corn.
Maybe a little bit of nuttiness and some char. It's not very oaked for 15 year.
I feel like almond. I get
maybe like an almond paste.
Banquet.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Dutch thing. We've
I'm
gone
Dutch.
through this before. So that kind of like finishes out. I get vanilla predominantly on the finish with that. That's very smooth. It's very palatable. It's very viscous and kind of coats my whole mouth. And it just gives me this nice little, like, if you chew like really minty gum and you inhale and you get that, I get that with this.
I see that. That's what the oddness is to me.
Yeah.
So I think the lower proof is really cutting it down for me. It's really light on my palate.
Maybe. I mean, that might be. Because I think, like
I love
most
the
people,
smell,
I think that when you're looking for something that's going to be 15 years, you want it to be a little proofier because you want to get all that stuff. But then in the same aspect, I mean, maybe 15 years at full proof for them is a little much. So maybe they felt like they
I wish it was like a bottled and bond. Just 100 proof, I think, would be.
Maybe.
I would love to be a fly on the wall of their proofing down process to see where they get to it.
How they decide why and who, what, when, where, and why.
I do get like strawberry on the nose now.
I keep getting like that strawberry Flintstone, the red one. Is it strawberry cherry? I don't know what it is, but
all Flintstone vitamins smell and taste the same to me. So
okay, so overall, it is typical of what you would expect from Dickel. A little bit smoother, a little bit more complex. But I'm impressed with it. But I'm not.
If you think about the price point of $60, I forgot about the price point.
That's
$60 for a 15 year. I think it's just proof down just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
It's still a buy at that. It's good, but it's not great.
It's not phenomenal.
But where are you going to get a 15 year for $60?
You're not. This is a 15 year and this is 190.
Yeah, I did see a bottle at Smitty's this year, but wasn't going to drop that yet.
Maybe if we absolutely.
I wanted to. I really like the info in it. What do you got on this?
This is very fruity. Very oaky, like really nice, like delicate oak. It's just there. I get strawberry and apple. A little bit of caramel.
I probably would know if you didn't hog it.
Pepper. Now, go away. But this is burning my nose. I just need my ice water.
Or you're just crying.
No. I did look at your face for a little too long, so maybe.
No, I don't know if it's just because I read that it could have been wild turkey sourced, but it kind of reminds me of wild turkey.
Maybe. Who knows? So this is SRP of 190. So this was launched in September of 2020 as well. It is dependent. There is the batch that we have,
which is
107.4 proof. The first batch is 117.9. So they have two batches.
That's a big range.
It is batch 1 and batch 3.
They didn't do a batch 2.
Batch 1 and batch 3.
There has to be a 2.
It threw me off. I don't know. They said there's 2 batches. And
how do you just go 1 to 3?
They're odd. Maybe they wanted to just do odd numbers. Maybe next batch is going to be 5. Throwing people a curve.
So I do like 3 chord bourbons. They are all sourced. But they have a really good blender and...
Yeah. They were 3 chord. I don't know what 3 chord's doing over there, but...
This does have like a fruitiness, like a caramel dip with some like
It
cherries.
reminds me of Milkmaids. Like the strawberry milkmaid.
I don't remember those.
The Royals, they're in like the metallic wrapper, and they're like caramel with like a center, like a white chocolate, orange, vanilla, raspberry, something.
So I get like that caramel marzetti dip with cherries or something. It's like that creamy caramel.
Why would you put cherries?
I dip everything in that. Every fruit. Cherries, strawberries.
No, that's just for apples.
Caramel
Apples or
knows what-
every fruit, please comment and let me know. I want to know what you guys do. Please. Because he's wrong. You don't put everything in
Some
there.
decent wood, but it's really not that strong for 15-year either.
So these batches are 15 years. They are aged in Kentucky. They are undisclosed as to where they are, an undisclosed mash bill. Well, the odd mash bill. But
you know what mash bill is like that?
Huh.
1792. I'm pretty sure they have like a 0.5
an oddball
mash
one.
bill.
I thought so too.
That would be weird.
Huh.
But theirs is undisclosed, so I don't know about that. I don't see them having 15-year whiskey though.
I got 12.
Because their most aged whiskey is Thomas S. More, and I feel like they'd save it all for that. Unless they had too much, which, how do you have too much of that?
No, you can't have enough of that in my opinion. So each batch is only 10 barrels of this. And they pull around an average of 120 bottles, 120 to 125 bottles out of a barrel. So out of the 2 batches that they've done, they've only released 2,500 bottles of this. So.
And we saw one, and I didn't pick it up.
I know. Interesting.
Going by that availability, I think the 190, 200 isn't a bad price.
No.
It tastes good. I don't think it tastes $200 good.
What does?
Old Fitz.
Back on Old Fitz.
Elijah Craig 15. Little Book, Chapter 3. Not many I'd pay for that much. So the fruit's in there. I feel like there's rye in this. I do not feel like that's a weeder.
Oh, no.
You don't like that? It's a weird face. It's got like a briny vanilla in there. Caramel candies. You think it's wild turkey?
That is very... I feel like if you took wild turkey, rare breed rye, and ocean, and put them together, that's what you would get. Odd. I know. I'm here for it. Sorry. And the first tasting note I got on that was bubblegum.
Bubblegum?
Like double bubble, pink, bright yellow wrapper, double bubble bubblegum.
Double bubble bubblegum? Double bubble bubblegum.
Bubble bubble bubble?
Hubba bee-boo. Not chewing gum. Hubba bubba is chewing gum. I haven't seen Click in so long.
I know. It's been a while. So that is really nice though. It has a really nice oakiness to it. It's pretty oak forward. There's a nice
the
fruitiness.
oak definitely comes through on the palate.
But
a little leather in there too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's very, very leathery.
Would you
slight
pay
char.
$190? No.
I don't think I'd pay $190 for it. Not that it's not good. I'm very, very grateful that we get to try it because we have been kind of on a 3 chord kick and they're putting some good stuff out, but I don't know if it's $190.
Well, 3 chords from Michigan, so.
I know. We gotta
from
love them.
Jackson or somewhere over there.
I think, no, it was weird. Maybe it is Jackson.
Not Jackson. I said somewhere over there.
I know, somewhere. We looked it up, but I don't.
Caramel's really opening up on that.
Yeah. I don't. Okay, so what do you think?
It's good.
I want your thoughts.
It's
what one
good.
would you pick?
Oh, man.
Both of them are sitting in front of you.
You gotta think about price on that. You gotta think about flavor. I like the price
if
on
someone
that.
brought you them as a gift and said you gotta pick one, which one would you pick? Money not involved.
I don't know anyone that gives me gifts like that. No, I don't think that's a fair comparison. I think you have to compare taste and price. I don't even think they're comparable, to tell you the truth. They're 2 whole different categories, but I don't know. What would you pick?
For me, I would pick 3 chord.
Would you?
I think it's more palatable and it has, I like the notes that it has. I like the dark fruit. I like the leather. I like the it's smooth.
you know.
Not that I don't mind the Dickel though, which is weird because I'm not a huge Dickel fan. I don't hate them, but because I don't hate, that's a strong word, but
I don't think there's not many bourbons out there that I hate or whiskeys that I hate. Did you know a lot of Dickel is considered bourbon? Just they don't do the Lincoln County process so they can sell it as bourbon.
Whatever works.
I like the nose on Dickel. I really think it would be much better higher proof. But I think this one tastes better. But price considered, I don't think this is worth $190.
I don't either. As
that
far
one is
as
hard to
what
say
you're
that it's
getting,
not worth $60.
yeah. As far as what you're getting, if you're looking for bang for your buck, I would definitely go for Dickel.
Okay, I will say both of these are on the shelf. $60, $190. I'm grabbing that one first.
Yeah.
Even though this one tastes better, I don't like paying that much for bourbon.
Whatever.
It's tough. I mean,
I wouldn't be mad that I paid.
It's not a fair comparison, but we gotta.
It's the battle of the 15 years, not the battle of the dollar signs.
I will say Knob Creek 15 beat both of these. That one was so good.
I know.
And now they raised the price here, so we paid $80. It's now $130. Not buy another one of those because that's not worth it either.
Probably not.
Well, any final thoughts?
I mean, I'm happy that we got to try them both. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Kris and Cara and Michael, because
we'll tag and a bunch of other stuff in the comments, and
it was fun and I enjoyed doing it. And it's interesting to see the diversity of two 15-year bourbons, price point, and everything in between. So
both good experiences.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Now I got heartburn.
Drink them. There you have it, guys. 15-year battle.
So that wraps up this review. Leave a comment if you have tried this whiskey and let us know what you thought. Please like and share to social media, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to leave a suggestion for our next review. Thanks for watching.